Ready? Good evening, everyone. I am Charline Nixon, and I am presenting today an overview of mobile device and mobile forensics. And here's my little agenda right here, worldwide smartphone stats, smartphone and social media impact, mobile device and app threats, example of real-world breaches, and then some comparison of forensic tools that I use. Right here is the worldwide smartphone, and for now, according to ITU, the population for the whole world is 7.1 billion. And out of that 7.1 billion, 1.1 billion of that is actually being used by China. So for the US, we are about 321 million, and that is 3 times of what is China is all about. So can you believe how much China is leaping off when it comes to technology of 3G and 4G subscriber? So again, the second one that beating up the United States is actually India, which is about 700 million users of mobile phones. And in the next 5 years, Ericsson actually estimated that there will be around 4 more billion users of smartphone. And in 2018, there will be around 9.8 billion users of cell phone. So can you imagine how technology in cell phones and smartphone is overpassing everything else, including the computer itself? So for now, we're going to talk about Android device. It was actually acquired by Google in 2005, and then Android was actually in development in 2003. If you look at how Android is surpassing as well, it's about 900 million devices that are being spent all over the world. There are about 1 million Google Apps Play. About 1.5 million of that apps are actually malicious or malware-related apps. So when we talk about malware-related apps, meaning to say if you buy them for free, there could be an attachment in there that the possibility is they can connect to you. And if you don't look at some of the permission and the review out of your apps, that can be very hazardous as well. So make sure that when you are actually downloading apps, we have to remember that out of that 48 billion Android app installed, about 1.5 of that are actually malware related. The thing about it is that most of the people like to use free apps like Tomcat. I'm not for sure if you guys have that in your phone, or text-free. Those are actually have some malware-related apps on it, like it can connect to your phone automatically, it can change or disconnect, or actually can call someone else with your permission in it, and I'm going to show that in my next slides. So for now, according to DigiApp.com, the top 10 Android market actually is the personalization, which is your banking. Those are personalized to you. The second one is the gaming, and that's where all the malware actually starts, is from the gaming. Because when we're excited with the game, we just go ahead and download it. It's free, and the app is also free, so I'm going to go ahead and download it. So in this one right here, Apple is actually still leading when it comes to the traffic of the web, and they're about 51%, while Samsung is actually 49%. Now, Samsung in South Korea, since that's where it's made from, is about 79% of the people in South Korea are actually using, of course, their own brand. And the iPhone in there is about 5% only. Because Samsung is from there, and a lot of their Samsung products are from also South Korea, so they use a lot of their Samsung products, even though they don't have internet, and they have a lot of smartphones. So right here, we talk about Twitter, wherein there are 350 million. That's how much they actually earned from last year. And also, according to this particular digital information, world.com, it says that this social media is contributing about 900 billion to 1.3 trillion dollars in our economy. So it's adding it up because social media is so much give us a good impact when it comes to business, when it comes to education. About 80% we use in education. We use ebooks and everything related to social media right now. Facebook is earning about $1.26 billion as of last year. So they said that Twitter is not really earning money, but they do really earn a little bit of money, because if not, then they will not be an IPO. Can you imagine? Twitter right now is actually using about 100,000 million apps per minute, 450 millions per hour. So that's a lot of tweeting for Twitter. So I can say why they're actually gaining a lot of revenue out of the Twitter account. So smartphone social media impact. 1 out of every 7 minutes are actually spent in Facebook. And I don't know about you, but I also check my Facebook every 5. Maybe it says in there that 23% of Facebook users check their account every 5 or more times daily. So how many of you check your Facebook pretty much every single hour, checking for who's actually in there, what are actually the activities, and all different types of pictures? In the education side of it, 80% are actually used for all university and faculty as well for social media. 59% are used actually for all different types of tweeting and social media for maybe some questions or some answer for your test maybe. We never know. But it says in there that 80% of the teens are using this and making it into a more progressive grades in the teen department or in the teen social media. They can actually interact with all of their assignments, homework, and everything using social media right now. So I was wondering what will be the future looks like with social media when it comes to school, because that's what they're trying to implement right now. Education are implementing more on the social media aspect when it comes to ebook and all the different types of electronic devices. The problem is, how about the security on that side? If the students were able to actually access everything, so the problem of your grades being hacked by students is very common in some high school counties, or like in Huntsville, they actually have some issues about students were able to access in Blackboard and were able to change grades through their electronic devices. So that could be one of the social media impact that we can see in the education side. So here it is again, the Twitter account is actually earning tweets, 450 million tweets every day, and 100,000 tweets every minute. So that is a lot of tweeting, isn't it? Everything in social media is all about billions. Like, say, for example, YouTube account is actually earning a user of 1 trillion right now, are watching YouTube. And 1 billion of that YouTube users are actually using their smartphones. So it's going to be an impact of social media that can actually make our society more, what do you think about it? We're going to be more friendly? Because even we're eating in the same room, we're actually tweeting, how's your food? Isn't it? So that is kind of scary, because in school, the best way to do it in school is that instead of me actually going to my lessons, I will have to tell my student, tweet with me, what is the answer? So everyone can tweet. So it makes it more interactive, but this media impact on that one could be some harmful for some students, because you don't need to go anymore, socialize with other people, because you have all your social media event going on every single day. So here are the mobile device threats. Accordingly, there are threats from businesses to personal, and most of these threats are actually from the phone that you use. So that's why they always implement that, always make sure to buy maybe like mobile app antivirus right now. So before it's only for computer, but now there is actually an app for antivirus for your mobile device. In that way, no one can hack you, or no one can see your account or anything like that. Another thing also is that there's also some app that may have hidden spyware, malware, phishing screens, background processes. And another thing is that in your apps, if you try to look at this app right here, this is actually a talking tomcat. And what is it is that it has the permission to actually accept network communication, full network connections, view network connection, receive data from the internet. So if you are using this app, because it's free, it's actually getting a lot of your permission to do anything stupid with your machine. So it can actually tell, it says in there, if you pull up, when you install your app and go all the way down, you can't probably see it because it's a little bit down here, and they hide it. So some of these app vendors are very smart. They hide all in this information. They hide it all the way down, so a lot of the user will just go and install it without even reading the whole permission list. So when you go to the permission list, it has all the information in there that will tell, I can remotely hack all your account. I can remotely call all the people that you have in your list. So those are all included in the permission. And this is coming from Google Play, play.google.com store. Another one also that has some malware maybe could be some of those free apps like Text Plus that, because it's free, a lot of teenagers uses it, but they don't know that there are actually some liability issues with it as well. So make sure, one thing about mobile apps is that make sure that you want to actually look the permission and read the permission before you install the app. I have a student that said that I am so glad that I went to your presentation because when I actually download a game, it came from China and it told me in the user that I have the opportunity to use your network. So I said, wow, that's amazing. So I think I advanced one more. The best thing that you want to do for the mobile device threat is for you to be in protection is to make sure that when you are using your phone, you have to disable the auto text, because auto text can be forensically used by anybody who can actually buy forensic tools, and I'm going to discuss that in the very last one. They can discover your username or password. So that's one thing you want to do. You don't want to use, everybody knows you don't want to use your Wi-Fi connection while you're in public. But one thing about it is make sure you read the review before you download the app and read all the permissions before you download the app. Those are very, very important so that you will have a safe app in your mobile phone. And what is the difference? I'm just going to talk a little bit about the difference of GSM and CDMA. When you are actually using AT&T and T-Mobile, you're actually using GSM. Okay? GSM is pretty much the most widely used all over the world because GSM can be unlocked. So if I'm from the Philippines or from India or from China, I can unlock your phone from here in the US. If it's recycled, I can unlock it in my country, and then I can reuse your phone. So a lot of the GSM phone are actually used by AT&T and T-Mobile. That's the most example. And GSM phone uses SIM card. So the SIM card is very scary because once you actually recycle and you don't erase your SIM card, it can be actually recoverable. So they can hack all your information from that. CDMA is pretty much much more secure technology. Verizon, Sprint, US Cellular are actually using that. CDMA is widely used in the US. And if you are using Sprint or US Cellular, what happens is that they lock that phone so you cannot transfer to another provider. But they said that CDMA is also trying to be unlocked right now. In that way, there could be possibility that it can be a little bit of advantage for the GSM. But CDMA is much more secure and has a better digitized section of your phone. So here are the examples of some of the forensic tools that we use. We have Celebrite, which is the most expensive one, but it's also the very quickest way to recover some of your all different types of phone-related data that you have. So if your data you think is already erased, it can still be recovered through all different types of tools that is listed in this slide. You have paraben devices. There's even like phone recovery. You have your porn stick, so somebody can actually look over to your computer or to your cell phone if someone is looking all about different types of pornographic items. You have FTK, NCASE, and oxygen forensics. And most of these tools, actually, you can download it for 30 days for free. So you can actually see the difference in all of these different tools that is provided in here. Secure View, you can download it for 30 days. There's also a trial for oxygen forensic, but it will take a little bit of time before they give you the trial. And then the takeaway that I'd like to actually present more is recycling properly. Because I'm going to show you my last slide right here. When we recycle our phone, it actually goes to the third world countries. So when it goes to the third world countries, like in Ghana, in China, in Taiwan, and in India, what happened is that they're actually making it as an e-waste that is not good for the environment. Some in India, you can see that they're drinking and using that water for their personal use, but then right next to it are all the e-waste. As well as, I have a video that doesn't work for now, but it's a 30-minute video, so we can't use that. What is that? Is that what it's saying is that all of our technology that we actually recycle goes to other countries. But look at this girl right here. What she's doing is that trying to get the phone, all of the different types of small items from the phone, and try to recycle, because when they can recycle for so many pounds, they are paid $1 for it. But the outtake of that one is they're going to have no lungs in the future, because they have to actually pound it and make sure that everything is taken out. And once they pound it, they will cook it. And for them, for a family like that boy right there and the family right here, the whole family, they only earn $2 for that. But yet, you know, the benefit of their health is so at risk. And people think that this is the way they have to live, because that's the way it is in other countries. Whatever is our e-waste in here, it benefits in other countries, but it benefits them in a bad way. So I think that's my take for today. So when you recycle, make sure that you actually erase it 7 times, because in my video it says in there that anything that you recycle, we can still recover all the data using all the forensic tools. So if you have any questions, we thank you so much for the lightning talk. So Twitter it out, or tweet about SkydogCON, that we are here and we are the lightning talk people. Thank you so much. Yes, sir?
Do you have any examples of, you said that kids use Blackboard to hack their grades. Do you have any examples of actually that happening?
Yes.
Both of my kids are in a school that uses that technology.
Mm-hmm. It is scary because because we have actually students in the college that are dual enrollees.
They're college ones, okay?
Yeah, so they go to, you know, the dual enrollees goes to the college, and some of them can actually have access. That's why in our school we don't let them have access with Blackboard. That's one of the reasons. So they have to submit all their work through their USB, because there was actually an incident where a high school student were able to hack the Blackboard and change his grade in Blackboard.
So was it a vulnerability in the software that Blackboard uses, or was it a...
I couldn't say anything because...
I think he did some work on Blackboard many years ago as far as breaking in and, you know, screwing them out. It certainly has some really bad code. I would assume it's improved over the years, but ask Billy. Let me tell you some old stories about it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't heard that, so that's interesting.
Yeah. It was interesting, so I can now tell, and I said, you guys, you are not going to have access with my Blackboard at all. Yes, sir?
Along with the social ramifications of education, using Twitter in education, we also have some physical ramifications as well, because the students will constantly look down, and the next over time will constantly have their humpback in the next. So that's also an issue that people are starting to look into.
That is true. That is true. I mean, there's always a health issues anyway in all different types of technology we have. The ergonomics part, you know, they're working on that one. So that's why our phone is getting bigger and bigger, I guess. So. But thank you so much.